You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors Radio, where we turn it upside down and look at the outside from the inside out. It's safe, it's legal, and we're having a blast. So put your shoes on, my friend, because we're going outdoors.
Woo! Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I'm Rodney Rogers. You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors. There's my partner, Coach He's in Crime, the man himself, Michael the T-Man Coy.
Good evening.
How you doing, my
Wow,
brother?
that's loud. I'm on the air.
I know.
I'm on the air. Woo woo!
Either I'm here really well tonight, or we're actually a little...
we're juiced.
We're
We're
juiced.
juiced up tonight. How you been?
Man, I've been awesome. We're at Tuesday, episode 55. Woo-hoo.
Double nickel.
Double nickel.
Remember when the speed limit used to be 55? That was it.
Arrive alive, 55. Remember that?
Yeah. What was it 20 years ago?
Yeah, now it's 327 miles an hour.
Yeah.
55, you'll get run over now.
I filled up the gas for $1.99 today.
I filled up for $1.95.
Dude, under 30, I think it was $28 to fill up my gas tank.
What? Whose car?
Yeah, maybe I didn't fill it up all the way.
I was gonna
No. But it shut off automatically.
Oh,
It was
okay,
a little down, but I think probably $32 to $35 to fill up my tank.
Mine's
At $1.99 or something.
at $1.95. Mine's still at $70, but well, it's 35 gallons.
Yeah.
But I get 600 miles in a tank. You know what I mean? I can just fill up here and somewhere in Michigan refuel.
I mean, literally, ours used to be $70 to fill up our Ford Explorer.
Well, that's what I don't know if you saw me post. I just gave myself a raise because I was filling up
literally
almost twice a week at $130 a fill up. I mean, it was $135.70 to fill up my truck at 35 gallons at $3.60 a gallon. It was killing me.
I just feel like it's a tease. I feel like somebody's gonna
I know any minute we're gonna be at $4 a gallon again.
pull the carpet out from underneath us.
Yeah. So, man, we had a great weekend. I can't ask you about your weekend because you and I got to hang out this weekend.
We just took off, threw up the feather, and whichever way the wind blew it, we followed it.
That's where we went. And it was a gorgeous day Saturday. I know Chris Walker was posting that, I saw his post. Chris Walker is actually, we follow him on Facebook, and he's Chris Walker Band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's phenomenal band. So if you're not following him, definitely do that now. But he was saying, I saw his post. He lives in Inglewood, down South Florida, down by Bonita Springs and West Palm and all that. And he's out there on the West Coast, and it was gorgeous. And we were on the East Coast.
Yeah, but I don't think in the state of Florida, I don't think there was one fish caught that day.
I don't either.
I think the fish took the Saturday off.
They said it's beautiful. Let's go way out there in the deep water.
I mean, it was weird. I mean,
it was weird. I'm surprised we didn't hit something. I mean, we didn't exactly fish really, really hard, but I fished hard enough that I should have caught something.
But it wasn't even that surprised me because we went to Sebastian Inlet.
And those.
Rodney, I didn't see one person pulling a fish. I mean, we hung out there for what, an hour?
Yeah,
maybe a little longer.
And if there wasn't, what would you safely say, 100 people fishing?
Sure.
That's a safe guess?
Yeah.
100 people fishing?
Because there are people on both piers.
Yeah.
I mean, easily 100
Oh,
people.
yeah, easily 100 people. And not one person.
That just blew me away.
Yeah, that's Sebastian, it's a tidal change there. The fish kind of come and go with the tide, so it's a hit or miss. But and it could be equally, it's more often than not exactly like it was when we saw it.
Really?
But there are times when everybody has a fish on, but they're few and far between.
Well, I think the interesting thing for me was because I'd never been to the piers before. I mean, I've lived here for 25 years and I've never been to Sebastian.
So it was pretty awesome to see.
It was amazing.
Yeah. That's
even without the fish biting, it's gorgeous with the waters dashing against. I felt like I was in the West Coast somewhere with some of that. I mean, it's
definitely
really
gorgeous
pretty.
place. And as a matter of fact, I posted, those are real fishermen there. Now I consider myself a real fisherman. I did that for years. I mean, that was one of our go-to spots growing up. And I even posted it 30 years ago, 30 plus, almost 35 years ago. I caught fish off the same rocks you and I were fishing.
Yeah, but classify real fishermen.
I mean,
It's a different breed over there.
yeah, those guys. I mean, you see their carts.
They're not professional fishermen, right?
Well, they would be They would be considered, well, in the sense of a professional fisherman, like a offshore tournament guy. When we say professional, I think in the terms
we mean homeless,
right?
No,
Homeless guy with a zip code 33. But in the sense of someone being paid, a tournament fisherman would be a professional, in quotes.
no. I mean, those guys had their decked out carts and
Yeah,
everything.
they're definitely professionals when it comes to what they're doing. Yeah. I mean, that takes a special breed of fisherman right there.
Yeah, I don't get it though.
No,
But they're not selling their fish, right? I mean,
No,
those
no,
are
no.
people fishing to put meals on the table. I
Absolutely.
mean, in a good way. I mean,
Yeah,
they're fishing
those-
for groceries.
Yeah, they're upset.
They're stocking their freezer.
If they catch a fish that's not limit, they're upset. You know,
Interesting.
yeah, they're not there for the sport. Most of them aren't.
I mean, it was like going. What do they call that? Tailgating. Felt like you're
Yeah.
tailgating a football game, or
yeah,
I mean, just or NASCAR, where people just out there for the event. You know, even if nothing's going on, they're just there.
you saw people just hunched over, sleeping in their chairs.
and it's just,
And that's what I was saying. When I was a kid, we would get there like a Friday night or Saturday morning, 2 a.m. And we'd be there and we'd take turns sleeping in the truck and fishing off this pier.
and I mean this with all due respect, but it felt like as you walking out on the pier, you're going through different countries.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That's exactly right. Everybody was in a zone.
The cultures.
That's exactly. You know what?
I mean,
didn't
it
even
did.
think
It
about
felt
that.
like you were going down the back streets of Bangkok at one point.
Yeah,
you know?
at one point you had your Asians were just hurt, blam,
and
then your
tightly. I
Latin,
mean, all the umbrellas, like
right.
20 umbrellas.
Then you had your country boys, or two of them.
It was wild.
Yes. And then you had the guys on the rocks, which was me, who avoiding that whole situation.
Yeah, we climbed. That was fun. It was a good experience.
That was an awesome experience, and I definitely wanted you to
Dangerous
see it.
out on those rocks.
Oh
Though.
man, it can be. Hoo-dee-hoo.
Wonder how many people a day slice their shins open. That's dangerous.
Oh yeah, yeah. You better have a first aid kit. You go fishing off those rocks.
Yeah, there was a couple times I almost bit it, and we were carrying cameras and stuff. But that was it was delicate.
Yeah,
put it
and
that
you
way.
know what? And as many times I've been on those rocks, I mean, you know, there's rules.
Have you went down before?
Oh gosh, yeah. That's where I went
have
down,
to,
and
right?
the snake came up my face. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I've slipped on those rocks many times.
Yeah.
I slipped in those rocks and went between the rocks while waves were coming in.
Well, we're going out, and you're like, Would you say stay off the flat parts, or
Yeah, stay off the wet flats.
head for? As soon as that, I stepped on wet flats. Like,
Yeah,
zip, zip, zip.
yeah.
Ew, that was
Yeah, if you're gonna
close.
step on a flat, make sure it's dry and your
Yeah.
shoes are dry. It sticks very well. Anything with texture, you can step on.
Yeah,
Barnacles and
head
stuff like
for
that.
the points. That's,
And
that seemed to
if
work.
you're gonna jump rock to rock, stay right on the points, right on the.
Yeah, that literally could be dangerous.
Yeah,
Because if you made a
my-
jump for one, and
get your leg wound up in those
Yeah.
rocks. Yeah, I'm sure over the years, if those rocks could talk,
yeah.
they'd say a lot of cuss words
Yeah.
for sure.
But anyway, that was fun. We had 2 poles, so I actually threw a time or 2, and even if I was just having a blast,
Oh, yeah,
it was fun.
definitely a blast.
Got a little bit of sun, some
Yeah.
vitamin D. That's always good for you.
It was gorgeous, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we just had a good day, and we got to do geocaching. That was definitely one of my favorites.
We got time. Yeah, we got
We
time.
always
It's
got
our
time.
show. We can
Yeah,
talk
it's our
about whatever
show.
the heck
We
we
can do
want
whatever
to.
we want.
Geocaching.
Geocaching.
Rodney, what is geocaching?
I'll tell you what. You brought it to my attention. You did. Now you found the app, right?
Yeah, they have an app. I mean, you can go to geocaching, just like it
it's
sounds.
right on their website.
Yeah, geocaching.com, and it'll take you to their. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of different apps, but geocaching is, I mean, just Google, and it's CACHE. Cache.
CACHE cache. Oh yeah.
CACHEING, or I don't know, but you'll figure it out.
So Mike, we're over there, and Mike says, "Hey, you want to do some geocaching?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'll cache anything. I can check caching. You name it, I'm in." So, and then you pulled up. We were actually fishing by this spot, and you pulled up, and literally a mile away was one of the geocaching. Basically, it's like a scavenger hunt. I would equate it to,
Yeah,
kind
sure.
of like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
And each one of them, it could be a physical item or just a visual spot or something like that. But we found physical items, and we found one in a guardrail and had a box, and a magnetic box inside. You wrote your name down, you left a trinket or something.
Well, yeah. So people plant,
Plant these.
and I guess anybody can plant them.
Yeah.
but there's a community of people who, and basically these things have GPS coordinates. You can do longitude and latitude, but the apps make it very simple. It's
Yeah.
like following a little pin mark on the map. You really
Right.
just head to it. So you say, here's the name of it, and it gives you a brief description, a difficult level, size of what it is. Yeah. And then you can go to hints if you're having troubles following it. So then you proceed to go find this app, and difficult level from anything from it basically being out in the open when you get there to literally they have them underwater where you have to scuba dive or snorkel. I mean, we didn't find a couple of them, whether they were there or not.
Exactly.
So the idea is basically, I think the whole idea of geocaching is just to get you outside.
Oh yeah. And that's a perfect.
Because even in just going over to Melbourne and going down some of those roads, we stopped the car, got off, trenched through brush and back areas that you just wouldn't go to.
Exactly.
You know, you'll park and go to the beach and you walk over those bridges and stuff. These things take you off those bridges,
right? Exactly.
Down into the bushes, through things, under things, because you're just looking for a spot on the map. And when you get there, you're hoping to find whatever that little bucket is. And one of them we found was a wet wipe.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
a wet whip.
The thing said whip. It was an old whip box. So I'm like, what's a whip? What's a whip box? But we got there. I found it. So it was a wet wipe box.
Right.
But
from 2009.
Yeah, 2009. So it's just it's a phenomenal concept. So, but what we find in that particular box, because I had a few things in it.
That box was loaded. I mean, it had 5 pages of people that had visited that box, you know.
Right. So most of them, it seemed, had something you signed and dated.
Right. Exactly.
Rodney was here.
And then it had like little trinkets, like little piggies and little coupons from 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing, it was like what a time capsule, those little time capsules that you.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them say, take something, but leave something.
So exactly.
We left something.
Yeah, we did. We didn't take anything. And it was just really cool, man. I just thought it was a blast. And in any given time, there were several around us. We could have did that all day.
Well, that's the amazing thing. Because most people, I would think the majority of people's never heard of geocaching.
Right.
It's a very niche, probably a geeky thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'd never done it. I'd heard about it for years. Right, it's been around a while.
I had seen it like several. Yeah, you and I were talking. It's been around several years ago.
Just we were out and I said, let's do it. And it was fun.
You know, when I think it came out, remember when you got the Magellan, the first handheld GPSs?
Yeah.
I think that's when it started.
I think so too, where you'd plug in the coordinates.
Yeah, you just plug in the coordinates and then poof, you know, you'd go there. And that was before phones had apps and, you know, and all this stuff. And I thought that back then, you know, that's super, super cool, man. How awesome is that?
But it really, I mean, it was actually fun. And if for nothing else, and I don't want to minimize what this was, but for nothing else, to get you outdoors, go find something, go do something.
And you know
what? Take the all ages.
Absolutely. You hit it right on the head. If you're sitting at home, and I'll tell you this right now, this coming weekend, if I find myself with nothing to do, I'm gonna look at my daughter and say, we're going geocaching. Because I looked around my neighborhood. I mean, there's woods and swamp, and then there's geocaches. There's tons of them.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you just check it out. It might not be for you, but we had a blast, and I'll do it again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we were leaving business cards inside of them just to say, "Hey, Rodney was here." I mean, I think that's phenomenal.
It was super, super cool, man. I'm glad you found it, man. That was definitely
one thing that really amazed me, Rodney, is I mean, you don't have to go far.
No,
there are probably hundreds of them within 10 miles of anywhere you're at.
Absolutely.
You know, so I think it'd be interesting to go to. I mean, someplace you've never been before. Say we go to the Keys.
Right.
Hey, let's geocache just to make it
to find
a destination that you don't even really know where you're going.
Exactly.
Let's go find that thing, whatever that is on that
wherever it's at. That's the perfect example. You go to somewhere new. We went to St. Augustine when we do our camping trip. I know we're going to be planning a camping trip again this year. Actually, we'll be on that pretty quick over the next month or so. That's the perfect thing. We all get together and just geocache.
That would be fun.
How awesome will that be? I mean, that's going to be
turn it into a scavenger hunt or prizes for whoever got the best or the biggest.
Maybe we'll even
something.
set some geocaches out.
Yeah,
you know, and we talked about that. We're definitely going to set some out on our own. We'll do maybe Rodney Rogers outdoor
Yeah.
geocaching.
I thought it was a blast.
That's-
And a lot of times when people, seems like when, again, we're just figuring this out, but it
Yeah.
seemed they called them FTF, first time finds. When they
Right.
plan a geocache, they would put something a little extra special.
Yeah.
Coupons
Free-
for ice cream
Yeah,
or whatever.
Exactly.
For that first person who found it. Obviously, the first
Yeah.
person finds is going to get them, and they're not there anymore. So first time finders, FTFs, get a little extra
Right.
something special in there.
If we
Little
do
grab
one
bag.
with a Starbucks coffee, there'll be a line down the highway like a Rod Stewart concert.
But I just thought it was interesting. I mean, you've been to Melbourne before, but I bet you'd never been to that exact spot we were at.
That's exactly. A few people have.
And
only.
we got some cardio in, and we saw. I mean, it was fun. It
Yeah,
was fun.
exactly.
Geocaching.
We saw some really cool stuff. And while we were out, we went to a couple spots. We actually cleaned up. I want to mention that.
Yeah.
We actually, I'm gonna, and
We're gonna post that.
Yeah, I haven't posted it yet. The pictures, the before and after.
Maybe we do
know
that
if
tonight
saw
before you
your,
leave.
before and after picture of where you were fishing, and I took, and the trash was just horrendous.
No, I didn't. We should do that tonight.
But we now have an Instagram. I signed up this week for Instagram.
What?
So let me throw that out there. It's Rodney
What?
Rogers Outdoors. So
what?
I've pick us up there on Instagram. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, we hit this spot. We kind of whizzled. We kind of wiggled. We kind of wiggled through these woods, and we found a really cool spot to fish. But when you and I got there, it was disgusting.
Yeah, because we went over a bridge, and you said, "Hey, that looks like a good place down there."
Right. We
Pulled off, found a trail, pulled off the road,
drove back in there,
yeah.
and man, did we ever find the ugliest, potentially beautiful, but it was just.
Well, it was cool because I mean, when we pulled up, and like, "Ooh, you said somebody's had a bonfire here," and I said, "What a cool place for a bonfire!" I mean, it'd be a great place to hang out on a Saturday night.
Said, yeah,
but they didn't clean up after themselves.
Ooh, boy, they never, and neither did the 50 people in the last 10 years.
And I've hung around you a while, and one thing that is true about you is you definitely have a passion for leaving things better than the way you found them.
Yeah,
and so that gear kicked in.
And you and I filled up 2 55-gallon contractor bags.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty close to full.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but in all fairness,
we
just started.
Yep, we had just started, and the guy one of the guys who had made the mess, pulled up and said, "I said, hey man, how you doing?" He goes, "Hey, we made this mess last night," and his name was Christopher.
You sure?
Yep, I'm positive. I saw the video I played today, and I got his name.
Yeah, because so we'd no more got started.
Exactly.
And they pulled up in this little truck, and Christopher and a younger man, probably 12 years old.
Yeah, I don't remember what his name was. He told me.
Jordan.
Oh, was it Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because I thought he didn't look like a basketball player.
He wasn't a Michael Jordan.
But it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I'm gonna call it like it was, Rodney. Right. It was a little strange.
I think he was actually.
We're not here to kiss everybody's butt.
Right. I think he was there looking for one particular thing.
Some sort of red little container he was more worried about.
And stumbled on us cleaning up his mess.
Yeah, it was strange because he literally less than 5 minutes when we pulled in. Here he comes.
Right.
And I would put money on the fact he did not come back to clean up the place. Except he got weaseled into it because
we were there cleaning his damn mess. Yeah, I'm.
And in order to find whatever little special box he was looking for,
because he
had to play the game for a little bit.
He's like, "Hey, you find this little red box, pick it up." And I'm thinking in my head, no.
Well, at first I thought it was cigarettes he was looking for, but I'm like, first of all, I'm not getting up on a Saturday morning. Well, first of all, I don't smoke.
Right. Yeah, first of all, yeah.
What's a pack of cigarettes? I don't even know. $5, $2,
maybe.
Yeah. So what? That's an awful lot of effort to go back to find a pack of cigarettes that sat out somewhere overnight.
Right.
So there's something going on there. But,
yeah, there was. I'm thinking there was probably a little more.
Not only that. So you got your you've got your 2 garbage bags full. We start picking up.
Yeah.
Literally, no more had started, and looked over, and he's sitting back in the front seat of his pickup having a beer.
How early was this? This had to be like 8:30, Mike. Ish. I'm in my clothes pretty close.
So I mean, there's a couple things striking against him. The fact that he actually came back out here to pick up his mess.
He just drove out here and he's got a tall boy in the passenger seat.
Yeah, and he's got a 12-year-old with him, and now he's. I think he now suckered this young kid into coming and help us clean up while he sat in the truck and had a beer.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we definitely called it like we saw.
So they picked up. Now what was interesting though, I threw one of the aluminum cans into the garbage can.
Right.
And he said, no, put it in here. We're gonna recycle it.
Okay,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he did grab all the metal.
Well, so maybe that's what he was getting his 5 cents out of the metal. Maybe what he was doing.
Yeah. I mean, he grabbed the tires. They burnt some tires, it looked like, and.
But we weren't done.
No.
And they had to go.
Yeah. Yeah. They left. And
there was still cleanup to do.
Yeah.
And
we
they
probably
said,
could have stayed there all week.
Thanks, guys.
And
good to see some good old boys still exist. We got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I mean, that was the story.
Pretty much how it went down.
So Christopher and Jordan, thanks for the help.
Didn't even offer us a beer. not that I would have had one at 8:30 in the morning.
But
anyway,
back to the moral of that story.
The moral of the story. We did clean
good
up.
job, Rodney. That's what I meant to say.
We were definitely stewards.
We were stewards. That's it exactly.
Yeah.
Being a good steward. And it felt good to leave that because it looked totally different. Now it looked like a place. Wow, this looks like a cool place to hang out for a while rather than who trashed this joint, you know.
And I got a great hooked up gear koozie. I haven't even posted on their website
That's
yet.
funny.
You know, so that'll be fun. We'll.
But that was a day. Yeah, we started. You picked me up at 7, and we didn't get back in town till 6:30. 7, yeah, 12 hours. Yeah, we were at it for 12 hours. A lot of it was driving, just looking out. We had lunch. Hey, for $1.99 a gallon, you can have those kind of days.
Oh man, yeah, that's what that made it so great.
Yeah,
I mean, literally, I put in $30 and
yeah, it was fun.
It was awesome.
All right,
and we got to see a car bird. We haven't seen. That was your first car, wasn't it? Carry. How do you say it?
I don't know.
CARA.
I saw the picture you posted on Facebook. Very nice.
So
did anybody respond?
Yeah, everybody was saying Mexican buzzards, Mexican eagles. It's actually a falcon. It's in the falcon family.
Falcon?
You
Yeah, we were Wikipediaing it.
Yeah, we Wikipedia'd that booger. I didn't know. I thought it was an eagle myself.
Because I just caught a glimpse of it, and that was
Right.
my comment. Because I was trying to scramble to get a camera up and take a picture, but I just turned to see it fly away, and it looked like a little bald eagle.
I didn't think, but we could have probably pulled over and used your good camera and zoomed in on it. You know.
Yeah,
maybe
could have, would have, should have.
But we didn't. So,
Cara.
Having said that, tonight we're gonna
talk about things.
Talk about some things.
Okay.
We actually got a question. I know at one point we asked, "Hey, everybody, give us what you think." A question, and we got a question from a gentleman.
Give us what you think. A question. What are you saying, Rodney?
Give us what you think. A question.
Did anybody give you what they thought a question?
Everybody sent me a question. We said, what did we? We said, hey, if you have a topic or a question, you would like for us to talk about, shoot us over a message, and we'd be happy to do it. So Alan, a guy who listens to the show, you know what? I really don't know how to work my Facebook on the computer itself.
Isn't that strange?
How do I get to comments made by people? Where's that at?
Yeah, scroll to the top, probably.
Well, anyway,
I don't even know.
I don't either. So
ask some 12-year-old, they'll tell you.
Yeah, I know. It's tough. So anyway, he says, Rodney, he owns some land, and he has some wild pigs on it. He has wild pigs on his land, and he's trying to figure out how to manage it. And what he's seeing is that these pigs are kind of disappearing. There wasn't as many as there was a pond ago. Get it?
No, I wasn't listening. What were you saying?
There wasn't not as many as there was a pond ago. What's that song? Fired our guns and the British kept. They took our hogs and they kept on running.
I don't think that's how it goes.
Really? Anyway, dude, I just can't function tonight. He don't have as many hogs as he normally does. He's noticing his hog population dwindling, but he's not shooting them. So he said, I wonder if you can talk about maybe insight on some hog management practices, or maybe give me some insight on what's going on.
So he owns property.
He owns property that has wild hogs, and he notices that there's not as many as there once was. they seem to be dwindling. He don't know if it's coyotes or mountain lions. He's not really sure what's taking these things out, and they're disappearing. And it's not because he's harvesting, because he's not harvesting any.
Right.
So hopefully that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. And hopefully with what I throw out there, it will give him some insight on what he can do different or what he can watch out for. And if you're just listening, this is a great way to start your preseason, because hunting season's over. So this is a great way to start next hunting season, just by listening to what we're going to talk about tonight.
All right. Well, let's take a break. But before we do that, give people a chance to grab their phones if they want to call in. We are live.
Yes, we are live.
It's Tuesday night every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What else are you going to do while you're waiting for the president to give his State of the Union address?
Oh, yeah. No wonder
it starts at 9.
It's got 8 million viewers.
Yeah. But you can call us live. We are live. Our phone number is 262-345-7763 if you have something to add or want to talk about piggies.
Oh, yes.
Piggy.
262-345-RROD, double ROD.
We're broadcasting live. If you'd like to check in, view in, we are broadcasting live video on Raji. Can I call you Raji?
Raji.
RodneyRogersOutdoors.com. Just go to the homepage and there's a place that says live. Rodney Rogers Live.
Coffee.
Click on that. And one more thing, there's a live chat room there where you can talk with Rodney, Roger, Devin, anybody else in the chat room, hanging out, talking, throwing things around.
Let's make it happen.
So anyways, we'll be right back after a couple words from our sponsors.
Gnarly barley, come see why the whole world's singing.
What are you doing?
Dude, I am writing a song for Gnarly Barley.
I see that, but first of all, I didn't realize you could sing. Second of all, why don't you just tell the people how great the Gnarly Barley is, give them the address, and move on with the show?
Dude, have you ever had their flatbread? Their jalapeno flatbread with the cream cheese on top and the chicken and the special sauce on it. Holy moly. No, wait a minute. Obviously, by the look on your face, you ain't never had that big time Fiesta. Jalapenos, provolone cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and again, Fiesta lime.
Okay, that's it. Shut up, Chubb. We're out of here.
Are you serious?
Come on, we're out of here.
Truly one of Orlando's hidden gems, the Gnarly Barley offers a contemporary selection of bites and brews, serving a mind-blowing selection of craft beers and original mouth-watering menu creations. The Gnarly Barley and its incredibly accommodating staff have created a place that really is difficult to put into words. So do yourself a huge favor and come see why people are singing the praises of the Gnarly Barley.
Oh my goodness.
I told you that big time Fiesta.
That is phenomenal. I totally get why you're trying to write a song for that.
Not as simple as you thought, huh?
No. Okay, check this out. Gnarly Barley.
Come see why the whole town's singing Gnarly Barley. Buy some brews.
Located at 7431 South Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida.
116,000 foreclosures in the state of Florida alone as of January 2014. A quality contractor is critical to the process of returning a foreclosed house back into a home. Let me introduce you to Phillips Contracting Incorporated. They are Florida State certified and an approved REO repair vendor for both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. PCI currently provides multi-level services to realtors, banks, asset managers, and private homeowners. Although they specialize in dealing with REO property repairs, they are a design-build company.
Here at PCI, we pride ourselves on professional, high-quality work. Our clients know that we're not your typical contractor. We're proud to be reliable, trustworthy partners with you. Our repair coordinators are ready to communicate with you honestly and quickly about every aspect of your project. We're here to say yes to our clients.
Phillips Contracting services Florida from Orlando to Miami. Whether you're looking for a quote, repair updates, or just want to talk business, give them a call at 941-483-3800.
And welcome back. You're listening to Rodney Rogers Outdoors live. Find us on YouTube. We now have Instagram at Rodney Rogers Outdoors. obviously on our Facebook page.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that how I find you?
Yeah, just Rodney Rogers Outdoors, and poof, there we were.
Do I have to do at something?
I haven't quite got that far, actually.
You posted though, right?
I have posted. Yeah, I've definitely posted. I posted a bunch of stuff on there.
Right.
Yeah.
I should follow you.
Maybe you should. Yeah, you have Instagram?
No. I probably do. I think I probably logged on one time to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
follow Justin Bieber or something, but I kind of petered out on him.
No doubt in my mind. So Alan is from Wisconsin.
Alan Wilk.
Yeah, Alan Wilk is from Wisconsin. I'm not sure if that's where his land is at.
Is he listening?
If he's not listening tonight, he will listen to the show. He's definitely one of our faithful followers. Thank you, Alan, for the question and for listening, actually. Yeah. So we're going to just get right into meat and potatoes. So basically, hunting season is over in most states, and definitely in the state of Florida. We have one more county that the hunting season is about a month longer than the rest of the state. In research, they have found that the horns drop off later in this county than it does in the rest of the state.
This county is in
Polk County.
Polk
County. So yeah, it's connected right to Osceola and hills. So I mean, it's a huge county. So if you're in Polk County, keep at it. You probably got till mid-February.
But you're saying hunting season's over everything?
Yes, we don't have no more turkey. We do have small game. If you want to hunt rabbit and squirrel, you can do that right now. We have April. We have turkey season coming up. So we will be doing another turkey special. Talking turkey.
We still need to get some duck callers on here. We haven't had a guest in a while.
I know. We don't even have a chair over there for him.
The microphone done.
Okay. It was.
You did that. Okay.
I done did it. I done flipped it.
Yeah, we got to get Nico in here to do his calls.
Yeah, actually, we got turkey season coming up. He's a great turkey caller, so maybe we'll have him do some turkey. My coffee cup.
Okay.
So here we are. So Alan, let's get started on you. You have land. You want to know what to do with these wild pigs. Well, first of all, let's talk about the nature of wild pigs. These things they're not native to the United States. They're actually an invasive species. They came over with the Spaniards 100 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. So they're not native to the United States. I'm not even sure if we know where they are native, but it's kind of like which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can I just pop questions out as we go?
Please, by all means.
If I'm hunting, I mean, these are good to eat.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely good to eat.
So that's
tap the screen.
It's really the only reason you would hunt them, right? I mean, they're
they're not good for the hides. Their tusks are not ivory, and it's good to get a male with huge tusks that's nice to mount. I mean, good. A lot of people like shooting hogs. It's actually big dollar in the state of Florida, and in a lot of states that hunt hogs. Louisiana, Texas, that kind of thing.
So are you going to get the same produce from it that you would out of just a pig? I mean, bacon, pork chops.
Absolutely.
I mean, the same things apply. I mean, that's a silly question, but I mean,
no, it's a very valid question, because what you got to remember is a wild pig will not build up the body fat that a domestic pig will, because we build that body fat up on a domestic pig on purpose.
Yeah.
We give them 10,000 calories a day. We stuff them until they actually fill up. A wild pig, now there again, a northern pig versus a southern pig,
sure.
Northern pig, they'll build up,
for the winter.
Yeah. Now these things are extremely invasive. They'll actually adapt to just about any habitat they're in. So yeah, to answer your question, we'll get the same thing. The bacon won't be as big. The pork chops won't be as big.
Will they be leaner?
A lot leaner.
Really?
Yeah, a lot leaner. And it will have a different taste, because you got to remember they're a product of their environment.
It's true, because a lot of wild animals, the protein content seems to be higher.
Exactly.
For the same amount of food.
In the state of Florida, and in a lot of states, a lot of southern states, a lot of hunters may know this and may not, and don't be surprised when you cut your first Florida pig or southern pig open, and all of a sudden you see the meat that, when you pull the skin off, all of a sudden it's yellow. I mean, this whole thing is just yellow. It freaks you out. You're like, oh my God, I got a yellow pig. Yeah, it's just all yellow. And that just means that their diet mainly consists of acorns. If they live in a area where there's a lot of
Sure.
acorns and they eat nothing but acorns, their meat's going to be yellow. I mean, the fat, I say their meat, but their fat's going to be yellow. So it's going to look like everything's yellow and you're like, oh, I got a bad pig. No, you got a healthy pig. You just been eating a lot of acorns, building a lot of fat.
Yeah.
So right now is acorn season, so they're going to be eating a lot of acorns right now. So don't be surprised. And in the case of Alan, what he's saying is, man, on my property, I'm not seeing as many wild pigs as I once was. Is it predators? Is it, what is it? And it's definitely a little bit of both.
Can they just leave?
That's one of the things. They can absolutely leave. Their range is so broad, they can actually move on through and keep on moving. So you could actually lose your hogs. If you hunted hogs in this one area for a long time and suddenly they're not there, odds are they moved on. But if you've got all the right habitat, you've got the food.
Well, that'd be the main thing, right?
Yeah.
They're going to go where the habitat and the food is.
Absolutely. They're going to follow the food just like anything
Somebody else has better acorns.
Somebody else got tastier white acorns versus so that could be one of your problems. The hogs are just moving on. Maybe the whole herd won't stay, but maybe some will go, some will stay, and they'll split off into their own groups and just split ways, part ways.
Something somebody said.
Maybe one pig got a little out of control.
Sensitive.
It happens in the family. You know what I'm saying? So, and wild pigs are more susceptible to parasites and diseases more than just about any other animal in the wild.
It's very surprising.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dog because a pig is a domesticated animal. They consider it a domesticated animal. And what I mean by that is you can actually have a pig for a pet.
Sure.
I mean, they're more like a dog than
but
they
not
are
a wild pig, right?
Yeah, a wild pig, if you catch it as a baby, is no different than a domestic pig.
Mm.
It's just, it may look different.
Yeah.
You got tons of different breeds, Yorkshire, the whole Razorback, the whole spiel, just like a horse or anything else. So they're very susceptible to diseases, and they can carry those diseases onto other animals. So it being an invasive species, a lot of people really don't want wild pigs on their property because they will eat themselves out of house and home. And what I mean by that is, let's say they're eating acorns. Well, you got to remember, not only are they eating all these acorns, but they're rooting up the ground. So if there's baby oak trees, young saplings in the ground, they're rooting that up. They just killed their meal for next year.
Well, we were out on Macassan Island, and you could see evidence of that where they would do all that rooting.
Tear it up. I mean, they are just extremely, and all over the United States, that's one of the biggest problems is on farmland. They go through and they just root. I'm going to give you a little quiz on just, you may or may not know. I'm going to give you a shot, and if you're listening and you think give us a call or a text or whatever.
Buzz in.
On a percentage-wise, meat, what would you say? Now, a wild pig is omnivorous. They eat meat and and herbivore. Obviously they'll eat plants and everything in their way. What would you say on their meat diet percentage-wise? If you had to guess, what their protein, that they intake. And then remember, they'll eat everything in their path.
Well, I would guess it'd be more vegetation.
Okay.
I would think they would eat it, but I would guess, if I had to guess what protein percentage from other animals,
just
30%.
30%. Okay, you're actually pretty close. You're pretty close.
I am pretty close.
You're pretty close, man.
You're closer than I am.
I can't do this. Cut. Can we start over? It's actually, you're right. It's right in that 10 to 20 percentile. They eat what's in their way. If they come across a rabbit, they'll eat the rabbit. They'll come across the baby deer, they'll gobble that booger up. And they don't chase it. It's not like they're out hunting. That's just not their style. They're pretty much 90% vegetation. The roots, they'll tear the plants up and eat the roots right off of them. They really don't care about the plant itself. It's more that soft, succulent root, and then bugs that are in the ground around the roots. So, the little bit of protein they get is from bugs and stuff like that. They'll eat snakes that are in their way, including rattlesnakes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, lizards, all that.
They will mow right through it and just gobble it up. And that's where the old adage, man, you eat like a pig.
Yeah.
And that's just because they eat everything in their path. So a a lot of people don't want these on their property because of that. I mean, they'll root it up, and now the deer can't eat from there because they just rooted it all up, and it's killed. It doesn't come back for a long time. I can show you hog rootings that are 15 years old.
That's probably one of the biggest detriments that they have, right? I mean, why people don't like them, they're just slobs.
Yeah, they're just like, and they basically take away the resources for all the other animals.
Well, you also posted that one photograph of the side of that tree. If I'm not mistaken, it was due to hogs rubbing against it.
Well, if you notice that, you see that. Now, if that hog that rubbed up against that tree has any of those viruses or bacterial viruses
that's on the tree,
a deer comes by there, now the deer is transferred to the deer. I mean, it can literally be that simple, just like you and I grabbing a handrail when we got the flu.
Yeah,
a hog works the same way. I mean, they carry over 45 parasites and diseases. I mean, so and it can even be transferred to human trichinosis. I mean, I can name these things down.
So what about then? If that's the case, then how viable are they as being able to hunt and eat them?
If you cook them well, they're just like any other thing. The reason that a domestic pig gets so huge is we give it those inoculations, to get rid of these parasites and diseases.
Sure.
So it allows them to be a lot healthier, versus a wild pig, which, it's just in the raw.
Okay.
If it has those parasites or those, once you fry it up,
but their internal meat's still good. I guess.
They're still good.
Okay.
You can cook that right out of it. They cannot incubate the rabies virus. So, I mean, these are things that you kind of know, so this could be a problem up there, Alan. I mean, you could be in a situation where these pigs are just moving on. You could also be in a situation where, it's just such a small herd that they're actually carrying a virus or a disease or something like that. And they're kind of dying off slowly.
Is he allowed to fence it in?
Of course, if it's his property. Yeah, hogs can be fenced in.
Okay.
Absolutely. They're domesticated animals. And once they're on your property, they're your hogs.
Really?
Absolutely.
Until they decide to leave.
Until they decide to leave, they're your hogs. Unlike a deer, if a deer is on your property, he is still bound by the state regulations.
So I couldn't fence in a bunch of deer.
You could fence in a bunch of deer, but you can't purposely hold them in and shoot them out of season.
Okay.
I mean, you could fence your property in.
Gotcha.
If they're there, they're there, but it's still bounds by hunting season. You can't just go out there and start blowing deer away. That's on your property.
If you own a lot of property, that's expensive just to go around putting
You'd be surprised how many people do it. A lot of hunting preserves will fence in 80,000 acres.
Mm-hmm.
You start going south to Okeechobee and stuff like that. They like those hogs. I mean, their staple of their money is on hogs. Kemper Sawmill over there that has the hunting ranch over there. They big part of their money. You cannot book a hog hunt right now. I know him very well, and I was like, man, let's get a hog hunt. Man, I'm booked till next year. So I mean, it's big dollar. I mean, these hogs they produce twice a year. I mean, they'll have 3 to 8 piglets twice a year. What you laughing at?
Ryan Smith. Thanks, Ryan.
What'd he say?
Tell me this isn't yours, Ryan. He's sending pictures of pigs. He said he's a hoot as a pet.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I think, you remember when
I'm serious.
Oh, my gosh. Check him out. He's in the house. They make great pets. I've seen many people. I seen years and years ago in the 80s, I went to a lady's house that had an 800-pound pig for a pet.
I mean, I'm not a pig expert. That looks wild.
That's a wild breed, definitely.
It doesn't look, I mean, I'm no pig
They're
expert.
Great pets, man. I mean, they're like a dog. They listen very well.
There's just something so out of place about seeing he's putting his head on his lap like it's a dog.
They're not soft and cuddly. They're a little rough. It's like holding grandpa's hand.
Oh my gosh.
So, that's certainly.
What's his name, Ryan? Text me his name.
Text his name. So there's certainly more reasons than just these pigs than predators. Predators actually take a small percentage of deer out of the population. When I say small percentage, I mean from the time a piglet is up to about 20 pounds, that's when they're most susceptible, and that's when most of them get taken. But once they reach 40 pounds, there's not much that messes with them, because they hang out in groups, and there's like you attack one pig mostly.
So what do you recommend?
So here's the thing. You need to do an evaluation of your property. Find out how much damage there is to the property. How much are they rooting up? Is there vegetation leaving?
Firefly. His name is Firefly.
Firefly.
He says he's cleaner than a cat or a dog.
He's explain that one. I got to know, does he go outside? Does he does he eat it? I ain't even going to go there, Mike. Check him out. There he is.
That's awesome.
We're going to post that on our site.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things you can do. Evaluate your own property. When you do kill a pig, look at it very carefully. His stomach contents, his meat contents. Look for parasites. Look for use rubber gloves. Definitely, Alan, use rubber gloves and study the pig itself. Because let's just say that you do have this population of pigs on your property and you want to make them healthier. You can put that medicine, you can worm them, you can do all the things in a feeder, and they don't even know they're being treated well.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get with the vet, find out, the feed store, and say, look, I got these pigs, because a lot of people are going to frown that you're trying to keep these pigs on your property. And they'll say, well, let's put this in their feed, put feed out, and these wild hogs will eat it up. They'll knock it out, and they'll take care of themselves at the same time.
That's one way to keep them there, though, right?
Absolutely. It's definitely a way to keep them there.
If you put coming.
Food source is the key, because if they're moving on, that just means they don't have a food source. It's running out. And I'm not sure if you put where your property is, but if it is in that Wisconsin area, wow, I can't imagine. It's super cold. So during the winter, it's very hard for them to find that vegetation. The ground's frozen. They can't root it up. So you need to put that diet, the meal and the corn and the things out there that they need in order to keep them healthy. The key is to keep them healthy, because odds are, if they're up north, they're probably not producing litters twice a year. Down here, they have all the environment that they need. They got more vegetation they can ever handle. They've got, the optimal environment year round.
Any clue what the gestation period for wild hogs is?
4 months.
Is it?
It's right at 5 months for the gestation period, because they can have litters twice a year. So, we're talking 5-6 months. Probably I'm going to say right around the 5 months. And here, you want to hear some really cool funny stats? They are ready to breed. Guess how old?
9 months.
6. You were close.
Really?
You were very close. Yeah. So they're ready to breed. They are sexual maturity is reached at 6 months old, and they're ready to go.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, I mean, these things can multiply very quick when they have 3 to 8 in each litter there. So, those are some of the things that you have to watch out for. If you have a small, herd of pigs, what's a herd? School?
Gaggle.
No,
I don't think it's a gaggle.
Trying
to sound smart.
Family of pigs on your property, then it's important to study them and their environment. Look at what your property has to offer. Look at if they have scrapes on trees. Maybe you can get a environmentalist out there, an FWC, or your wildlife conservation people. Maybe they're willing to come in and look for diseases and that kind of thing. So the key is to look at the pig. They're not being taken by predators, I would bet. Probably very few. Their biggest predators, obviously, trapping, hunting. There could be a property next to yours where they're trapping these things and hauling them out faster, and they can reproduce. So that's a couple things. So just in a nutshell, if you want proper management for these things, put the feed out. Make sure they got feed, and make sure you put the medicine that they need in that feed to ward off some of these parasites, because it's only going to help the deer herd as well. So if they don't have the parasites, then they're not passing it on to cattle and deer and such like that. So look at your property. If you harvest one of the pigs, go scrutinize that thing as much as you can. So that's kind of just a gist of it. I'm going to do you a video as well. I'm going to go out to Hoppy's. In
Hopsings,
Hoppy's Kemper Sawmill out there at the hunting preserve.
Cool. Yeah.
And not hunt, but trying to get some permission to film hogs.
That'd be cool.
Kind of the environment that they live in. So I think it'd be cool. I got a lot of stuff coming up. So Anyway, Mike, I see something on your face.
Yeah.
I see it.
You feel like it?
I feel like it. Let's do it. I'm all about it.
Here we go. All right, a hog, a domestic animal, probably descended from the wild swine of Asia and Europe.
Woohoo!
We're going to take a quiz. You knew it was coming because I darkened your screen over there.
As soon as I seen that screen go out, I said, we're about to get the quiz.
We are going to take a quiz on what other than the hog.
The hog.
Very nice. That's actually not a sound effects. We actually have wild hogs in the room here. Okay, so here we go.
Let's go. Let's
Play
do
along
it.
at home, folks. Here we go. What is a mature swine called? It's multiple choice. If you want to guess it for bonus points, go right ahead.
Wow, mature swine. Lay it on me. Let me the multiple choice.
Okay, here we go. A pig, a stag, or a hog?
A hog.
You're going to go with the hog. Well, in that case, you are correct, Rodney. 1 out of 1.
One out of one.
What is the name for a male hog? A stag, a boar,
or
a pig?
A boar.
Really? You're pretty sure about
I'm
that?
positive.
All right, very good. All right, here we go. What is a virgin female hog called?
Rare. Do I get my ding on that one? No ding.
What? Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the bell.
The bell.
Sorry. What is it? Rare is not an option. Let's do gilt, stag, or shote.
Shote.
Really?
Yeah. When the Schultz, Schultz.
Sorry.
Schultz the male. God, no.
Actually, a gilt.
Gilt. I knew it was between the two.
Gilt.
The Schultz is the male.
Okay.
I should have known that. Ah.
When and where were hogs first domesticated?
Domesticated. But they were domesticated
by Ryan
Bob.
Smith in Kansas City.
First domesticated.
Mongolia,
Spain.
150 BC. These are all BC.
Ooh.
Japan, 1000 BC, or China, 2900 BC.
I'm going to go China, 2900
Mongolia,
BC.
Japan, or China. You are correct, Rodney. Nice job.
Yeah.
Good job. Where were hogs Oh, see, I hate history. I'm just gonna lay it out. I hate history.
You're just not a history.
Yeah, I feel like just skipping them. But when were hogs domesticated in Europe? 1500, 1000, or 500 BC?
That's a tough one, but I'm going to say 1500, Bob.
This is just just to throw it out there. You are correct, Rodney. Good throwing it to the wind. Very nice job.
I'm very pig knowledgeable. I have pig senses.
Where would you expect to find a Chester White?
Oh.
Will the real Chester White please stand up? In the United Kingdom, the United States, the United Emirates.
It's the United Kingdom, Bob.
Really?
For 1,000.
Okay. For 1,000, you get wrong points.
Actually,
Actually, the United States. It's a large American breed.
Is it American? I knew it was a big pig. It's a huge pig.
Skin.
Mm-hmm.
What is the skin of the hog used for? Scientific research, religious artifacts, or leather?
Pig leather? Yeah, but let's go leather, Bob.
You're going pig leather, and pig leather it is.
That's
it's considered a good quality leather used for shoes, wallets, handbags, among other things.
Ooh,
right?
Absolutely.
Rodney?
Yes, sir.
What is ham?
That's heaven.
Cured pork, flesh of a young pig, or part of the intestine?
Well, I'm going to go the cured. It's actually the leg, the upper cured pork.
Very good. It is a form of cured pork.
Absolutely.
Good job. Right on the money. We're halfway through the quiz. You enjoying yourself? You having a good
having
time?
A blast.
Very nice.
We have an awesome audience.
Awesome. What is the purpose? For what purpose is the hog's intestine used? Scientific research?
Sausage casings, Bob. Am I jumping the gun here?
Well, that is definitely answer number 2. So I'm going to assume you're right. Yes, some parts of the intestines are used as sausage casings.
A lot of people don't know that.
You get a bonus point. For the one you missed, you're back on top.
I'm back on top. Okay. So I'm now only one down now.
Yeah. If you purchase lard.
Yep. Just animal fat, which makes everything good. Mm-hmm.
What, in fact, have you bought?
You have bought animal fat cooking grease.
A pig hoof delicacy, swine tail, or hog fat?
Hog fat.
Yes, you just said that. You just bought yourself refined hog
I still use
fat.
lard to this day.
Really?
Well, I've been reading. Your body is designed to, to sort through animal fat versus all the trans fats and all this crazy stuff. Your body is, if I cook with oil, it's going to be with lard. That way, my body can naturally handle the animal fat that it's supposed to handle.
That's true.
And I don't use a lot of it. And I think if I do, well, then I'm going to use animal fat because that's what my body's designed to handle. That's my theory, Bob.
I love me some bacon.
Bacon, smothered in bacon.
Two things as a child I remember growing up loving: mashed potatoes and bacon.
Oh,
I could make a stick of bacon last for about 30 miles down the
the
road.
most expensive part of the pig today.
Oh, goodness.
Pork bellies. Because the bacon is, a lot of people don't know, bacon is made from the belly.
I didn't know that. No.
It's the very lining of the lower part of the belly. Everything below the
I guess
ribs.
that's where a lot of the fat would be, right? Though
That's where it just kind of builds up, and it's only about that thick. And on a wild, you get little strips of bacon. So yeah, that's the bacon, Bob.
Love it. Okay, to what use are unused parts of the hog carcasses put?
Okay.
Feed for other hogs. Are they discarded as waste, or it's feed for the cows?
Oh man, that is a tough one. I'm going to say feed for the other hogs. If I had to, because it's strictly a guess on this
Rodney,
one.
I'm really impressed though.
Yeah,
you're doing good.
A guess.
They are ground up, dried, and used for fertilizer or as feed for other hogs.
They will eat another hog. Will eat another hog down. They'll kick a man when he's down.
It's pretty amazing.
They don't mess around.
Oops, I think I just clicked on French maids or something. What am I doing? All right. Is there any way the hog can benefit mankind other than as food or leather? Brian Smith would probably say answer number one: household pets. Explosive detectors,
okay,
or research experiments.
Man, it seems like all of them would be good. I'm gonna, you know what? Their sense of smell is amazing. So I don't know if they could train them for explosives. Here again, I'm gonna guess this one out. I'm gonna go explosive detectors.
Down one, but because of the similarity of the anatomy and physiology of the hog to that of humans, they're often used in research experiments.
I knew they were. I just thought maybe if the pig blew up, we got more bacon out on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Blow them suckers
I'm
up.
just saying.
What part of the hog's inner organs can be used to help humans? The liver, the heart, or the kidney?
I'm going to say the heart.
You're going with the heart?
I'm going with the heart.
You are correct. The hog's heart valves are often used to replace defective human heart valves.
Right on.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, you got a bacon heart.
Bacon. What common hormones used in medicine are extracted from the hog? Insulin, swine flu vaccine. I can't talk tonight either. Or anti-cholesterol medicine.
Anti-cholesterol medicine. Tell me that is not absolutely wrong.
That is absolutely wrong. You're correct. It is insulin used for diabetics.
Really?
It's extracted from the hog.
I'll be dang.
Look at that.
Who knew?
So I'm sure like
somebody did.
People out there slamming their fists going, I knew
that.
Other than for shoes, what other use is there for hog skin?
Football.
Insulated feed containers. Musical instruments or skin grafts?
Oh, definitely. Man, skin grafts is good. Instruments. And I know they make drums out of a lot of pig skins.
All right, very good. You're wrong. Should have went with skin grafts. It's used for burn patients.
Wow.
So they must really, like I said, be physiologically very similar to humans.
Wow.
We're in question 17 of 20. We're on the home stretch.
17.
3 more to go.
Woo-hoo.
Actually, 17, 18, 20. There's 4 more to go. Okay. What is the average height of the adult boar?
Uh-oh.
You got to pay that power bill.
30 inches.
400. Oh, so I said height, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Okay.
I get those two mixed up.
A wild boar.
400 to 600 pounds. Holy smokes.
That's a big one.
600 to 900 pounds. 900 to 1,000 pounds, Rodney.
None of them are even close. I've only seen one that big in my life. So I'm going to go real low. The first one, 400 to 600.
The average weight of an adult boar, are you ready, folks? 600 to 900 pounds.
Crazy. That's braised.
It's a lie. Rodney Rogers says you're a liar.
Nothing in the wild that big.
Okay, is there anything unusual about the toes of a hog? Do they even have toes?
Yeah, they got 2 hooves. Or actually,
The inner
2.
and outer toes don't reach the ground. That's like my wife's.
Okay.
I say that loud. Okay. The inner. You know what? She stopped listening on episode 6, so I think I'm
God,
safe.
I
Yes.
think, yeah.
So it's like a free for all in here.
Yeah.
Let me start over on question 18. Is there anything unusual about the toes of a hog? The inner and outer toes don't reach the ground. The inner toes have short claws. The inner toe is longer.
Let's
What's going on here?
what's Ryan's probably freaking out over there, ain't he?
We have to see, Ryan. We appreciate you chiming in. I gotta see what you're saying here.
I just lost video.
Oh, that's interesting. Pigs have hair, not fur. Is
Yeah,
why
they
they
have
use
hair.
why they
Yeah.
why they use for skin. Why they use the skin. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Way to go, Ryan. I'm gonna go with the first one. That's the ribbon name.
Even know what the question was?
Yeah.
Toes.
What's the strange thing about the toes?
So you're saying the inner and outer toes don't reach the ground? Rodney Rogers, you are correct. The inner and outmost toes are rudimentarily are too short to reach the ground. Don't do you much good except probably in the corners.
Or walking downstairs.
Okay, we're on to our last question. You ready, Rodney? Here we go.
I'm ready.
What are the horns of the male hog? Are they large upper canines, large lower canines, or antler-like growths next to the snout?
We're gonna go with the large lowers. They're usually larger than the uppers. It's gonna be the uppers or the lowers, man. It's both of them. Let's go uppers.
Rodney, why did you change your answer?
Yeah,
It was the large lower.
Yeah, the lowers are usually larger, but
It's tough to see. You'd have to,
I mean, sometimes,
You know, sometimes your first guess is the
always
way
the
you want to
best.
go.
Absolutely.
But good job, Rodney. Anyways,
didn't
I
we?
think you ended 3 down, but that's always fun. I love the quizzes, especially when we're
always
quizzing in the dark.
Quizzing
Lights
in
shut
the
out
dark.
at 9 o'clock. We just stay around and play. Like they've already locked the outer doors. So thanks for playing with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to us tonight.
Yeah.
You are listening to RodneyRogersOutdoors.com. Find us there. Instagram, Rodney Rogers Outdoors. Definitely follow us there. Facebook /Rodney Rogers Outdoors.
Yep.
And then we can keep on doing this. Everything's Rodney Rogers Outdoors. Google us on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Here, and here.
I love that when they
You know
do
when
that.
they do
Yeah.
that, they go here, and here.
And it's like never there.
It's like way over here.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, guys. I certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for hanging out with us. And as my mama used to say 1.5 million times, and hopefully I can say it, you kids get outside and stay